You do it in the shower. You do it in the car. You do it when you are angry at someone. When you are rehearsing a conversation that will probably never happen, you talk to yourself. And if anyone caught you, you would probably laugh it off. Because somewhere along the way you picked up the idea that talking to yourself is strange. Something people do when something has gone wrong inside them. But here is what the science actually shows. The people who talk to themselves are not the ones you should worry about. They are running some of the most powerful mental processes available to the human brain. Psychologists call it inner speech. It is the ongoing verbal stream running through your mind. The commentary, the questions, the arguments you have with yourself before you have them with anyone else. Researcher Russell Hurlburt found that inner speech occupies roughly a quarter of your conscious mental activity at any given moment. 1 in 4 waking moments, your brain is talking to itself in words. That is not a quirk. That is a core feature of how your mind works. So, what is it actually doing? When you speak words, even silently, your brain activates 2 systems at once. The one that produces language and the one that comprehends it both fire simultaneously. You are the speaker and the listener at the same time, and that forces your thoughts to take a shape they would not otherwise have. When you feel something vague and unresolved, it just sits there, shapeless. But the moment you put it into words, even just inside your head, it becomes a sentence. A sentence points at something specific. The fog does not disappear, but it organizes. It becomes something your rational mind can work with. This is why you narrate your steps when you are lost. Why you tell yourself it is going to be fine when you are afraid. You are not being weak. You are using a tool. Now here is where it gets strange. In 2012, psychologist Ethan Kross at the University of Michigan found that one small detail changes everything. About how self-talk works, whether you use the word I or whether you use your own name. When people used their own name during stressful self-talk, their emotional regulation improved dramatically. They felt less overwhelmed. They performed better under pressure. They made clearer decisions. The reason is simple. When you use your own name, your brain creates distance between you and the emotion. It begins processing the situation the way it would process someone else's problem. And your brain is significantly better at giving advice to other people than to itself. You become your own calm friend who knows everything about what is happening. Elite athletes do this. Surgeons do this before operations. It is not motivational language. It is neuroscience. But there's a side to this that is harder to romanticize, because the voice in your head is not always kind. For many people, the internal monologue is not a helpful narrator. It is a relentless critic. You are so stupid. Why did you say that? Everyone noticed. You always do this. Psychologist Kristen Neff found that most people speak to themselves in ways they would never speak to another human being. The harshness is staggering. And unlike external criticism, which you can walk away from, internal criticism follows you everywhere. The content of your self-talk is not just a reflection of how you feel about yourself. It is actively shaping how you feel about yourself every single day. The brain does not distinguish between a thought and a fact. Repeat something often enough and the brain begins to treat it as true. Changing your self-talk is not a soft skill. It is a neurological intervention. When you change what the voice says, you change what the brain builds. That voice in your head is not a glitch. It is the wiring. It is the system your brain built to navigate a world of invisible social structures and uncertain futures. The next time you catch yourself muttering under your breath, rehearsing a conversation in the car, or saying your own name quietly before something difficult, do not be embarrassed. Your brain is not broken. It is talking to itself so that you do not have to face the world alone.